Hey everybody, how's it going? Today is September 5th. It is September already, 2024. It's a Thursday. You know what that means. Monster Strike news. And let's get going. Actually, there's not that much today, so we can chill out a little bit, I think. But let's get going anyway. Hopefully you've taken advantage of the playback gacha already. Remember, you have to have already completed all the missions by now. If you didn't do it, you only have 2 missions available. One is watching the commercial, and 2 is making a post on SNS. Yeah, well, I warned you. But hopefully you've taken advantage of it. I have not actually done the poll yet. I will do this after I do my video for news. This week has been just a bunch of cleaning up and getting ready for my trip, which I will be leaving for next week. So excited for that. But yeah, that just means I need to do this still. So look forward to this video probably tomorrow of my results for the playback gacha. There's not that many days left too. It ends on the 7th, 11:59 a.m. Japan time. So if you haven't done yet, get on it. You gotta finish it very soon. Also active right now is the million challenge high and low. Just a pure 50-50. Well, not really 50-50 because it depends on what card you pull. It is a little bit of a pain in the butt. I got 10 in a row pretty quickly on my main, but my alt, it suffered a lot of painful 9 in a rows. And then that 10th one being just going the wrong way, even with it being like, I think I got like a 4 once, and then I obviously picked high, and then it was a 2, and that happened like twice within pretty quick succession, which made me pretty angry. But again, it's just pure randomness. So just do what you can to make sure that you get enough points to at least get the rewards, the badges, the title, whatever, that doesn't matter, but getting the items are your key. And of course, don't forget to check back in every day to pick up those true transcension gems. Pretty important. And of course, the 10th of September will be Monster Strike Day, and you see the Tokudama there. There's a lot of Tokudamas with the current event. I think you can get 5, right? You can get another one through Monster Strike Day, so don't forget about that, and also pick up the other items. And if you have 3 or more lucky monsters, you can also pick up those pairs of Miracle Men, so it's okay. We've got a new Chozetsu difficulty quest. We've got Kando here in the Dark Element. He will be our next opponent here, and his debut will be on right? I think so. Next week on the 13th, that I will be in Japan for, so that'll be fun. Probably won't be doing it. We'll see. I mean, I guess maybe I'll do it while I'm getting lunch. And we got a new Chokyukyoku side quest, and you will probably see me starting to again slowly transition to using more of the Japanese terms where possible. I'm gonna try to do what you see here for a little bit, and then just go full transition into the Japanese terms to make it, again, the idea is making sure that when you hear something, you can recognize it a little bit better. If I keep saying insidious, if I keep saying lethal, it's hard to connect that to Chokyukyoku or Gekikyukyoku. And to be honest, I still do not remember which one is insidious and which one is lethal off the top of my head. I have a cheat sheet, and even then I'm not even sure I looked at it correctly. But that is one thing I'm going to start doing more of, is again transitioning to Japanese terms when possible. My rule of thumb is if there's an official translation in English, then I'll try to use that on top of the Japanese term, but in general, let's stick with the Japanese terms for everybody's sake there. The new Chokyukyoku side quest will be featuring Grand Ginyo, and it is something that is historically present, so you can look up what Grand Guignol is and see what it's all about. But it is a side difficulty quest, which is like rainbow, kind of like colorful kind of thing. So you will be collecting the light version of Grand Guignol here, and you will be picking up hopefully a max luck of her. The quest begins tomorrow, September 6th, noon Japan time, and will last for approximately 11 days. Now, if you don't know what a side quest is that you will have that same quest but in all 5 elements. It'll be the exact same structure, the exact same monsters. The only difference will be the elements, and that has a huge difference, huge impact on what, you know, what viable monsters you may have for those quests. It isn't always necessarily going to be the easiest thing in the world to complete all of them. Your box will be able to dictate that for you. But the important thing is that you can only get 20 luck for each element. So even if you really have a good box for the fire version of it, and you are lacking in the water version, for example, you can't just focus all your efforts on the fire. You will be capped at 20 luck for each element. So you must do this for each element equally. But remember, you are still getting the light monster of light Grand Guinol that you will be max lucky. And this is going to be a reward through the speed clear, so keep an eye on that. Now, the good thing about this is there is a special bonus day, and each day will feature 1 or 2 elements, I guess for the last 2 days, all of them, in which you will get automatically 5 drops for clearing that quest. This does mean if you just focus all your efforts on clearing the stages when they are featured as the element of the day, then you can get your 20 and you are good. You can see that this starts off in pairs, so you'll get the fire and water first on the 6th, followed by wood and light on the 7th, and so on as you see on the schedule. This does mean you will have to pay attention and make sure you do this daily, so that you can play as little as possible to finish these quests, right? If you want to just get it done, and again, this is going to be super helpful, especially for the ones that your box is a bit lacking in. Maybe it's a little bit more difficult for you. Just focus your efforts on making sure you get that clear for the day so you can get 5 drops. You do that 4 times, you can see that each element will show up 5 times in total, right? Because the last 2 days is all 5 each day. You will be able to clearly get past the 20 that you need to completely max luck Grand Guinol there. So please do not miss that. All right, and we also did get the announcement of something else fun. We got the Lim-Lim-limited Gacha, the Gengen Gente. This is a 10 pull. It is not free. You will have to spend orbs on doing this, and the rates are at 12%, but you can get limited monsters from this gacha. And on top of that, you do have a guaranteed pull at each 10 pull. 3 total 10 pulls, 1 guaranteed each time, and then the percentage of that guaranteed slot being a limited monster goes up each time. That's why it's Gente. Right, so let's take a look at what that rates look like. On your first 10 pull, you will have a 25% chance that that guaranteed monster will be a limited character. On your second 10 pull, there's a 50% chance that it's limited, and for your third 10 pull, it is guaranteed to be a limited. However, it does mean you will have to spend 3 10 pulls on this if you want to take advantage of this gacha, which of course I leave it up to you to decide if it's worth it or not. It's, you know, I always say this when we're talking about the limited pools. Remember just how big that pool is, right? Striker is still a limited monster. Let's just put it there. There's a lot worse monsters out there, like a good chunk of the Oriental Travelers. That is what's in there, but you have a lot of good ones. They also I believe they said on stream that it includes the latest limited monster that was just added. So, you know, if you didn't have a chance to chase her on the was it Starlight Mirage, right? Luminous. Here's your chance. But again, it's a really low chance. There's a lot of limited monsters nowadays, but pretty fun gacha that you can take advantage of. And before we go, we have the Jushinka Kai, the Transcension Kai. We've got Uesugi Kenshin here. Samurai Pierce Super Balance, Anti-Gravity Barrier, Minesweeper, Ethereal Dragon Killer M, and Fire Element Resist. There is no gauge for her. And then for the connect skills, Super Anti-Damage Roll, Super Anti-Wind, and Fire Element Killer. Requirements there: 2 or more non-samurai classes or 2 or more non-balance type monsters in your team. Strike shot, speed and power up, and delay all hit enemies. Bomb combos, you got the Super Dunk Laser, EL, and the all enemy Super Ice Meteor. And right, the Ice Meteor has a chance to make the monsters go asleep, I think. And then we have another Jushinka Kai. We have Dante here. We've got, well, let's take a look. Pierce, Demi-Hume, Super Speed, and we've got Super Anti-Speed Downwall, Light Element Resist, and Strike Shot Turn Reducer on the main. For the gauge, Anti-Block and Status Effect Recovery. Connect skill, Super Anti-Warp, Up Position Killer, and Demi-Hume Samurai Killer L. The requirements there is either 2 or more non-speed type monsters on your team, or your team has a total HP of 125k or more. It's going to be a little bit tough to do, but if you have the right berries, plus you can use the helper item if it's available to give you a 10k boost. That usually is good enough. So you can play around with that, and of course see if it's worth it to play with Dante there with that requirement. Strike Shot speed power up, and then we'll go through walls, and then we'll have a follow-up meteor attack to all hit enemies. Bomb combo, you got the Chosetsu flare and the Chosetsu electricity shock there. So those are your Jushin Kais for the week, and well, I think that's it. Yeah, next news will be September 12th, 4 p.m. Japan time. I will still be, I should still be here. My flight is that morning, so I think I will be able to do this, the next news for you, but after that I will be in Japan enjoying myself for a little bit more fun again. So yeah, and like I said, the news after that may be a little bit later than usual, but eventually I'll have something up for you guys. But you know, unless you are really glued to your screens after news happens, probably not going to be too big of a difference. I think we'll see. And of course, you know, the lighting and stuff might be off. I think I will have my mic with me, just, you know, it's not that big, it doesn't take up that much room. We'll see. It might just be my headset mic, but just understand that. And yeah, here's next week's Lucky Monsters. Anything notable? Nocturne, that's interesting. But yeah, so there you go. That's it for me today. Thank you for watching. If you like what you saw, do consider hitting the like button and subscribing below. Monst on Twitter/X has all of the slides you saw here for you to take a look at once more. And of course, the Discord channel, link to the server in the description below. Yeah, hopefully that's you want, and let me know if there's anything else you'd like to see here. That's it for me today. Thanks for watching. Until next time, bye bye.